Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of firsts,
Yeah. First.
You almost had it.
yeah.
Hello, my God.
Oh, but wait, no, the tower sealed it.
It's still first blood though.
Yeah, but if it doesn't pop up and say first blood, does it really count?
True.
You know?
I guess
That's-
so. There's just no
wow.
first blood this game, is what.
This is like a deep. We're getting a little deep. Tree, you know, if a tree dies in the forest and no one's around to see it die, it's still first blood. I don't know.
Yeah. There were 3 heroes around to watch it happen, but I guess they did not partake.
You didn't tell the
in last
announcer.
bit. Yeah. All right. So lane's going around, but doesn't look at any surprise. We have a few different heroes in terms of what we've seen here, busting out the Clinkz once again. A hero VP have not lost on. What makes Clinkz kind of valuable this game, do you feel?
Definitely a style choice, as you said, something that they're more comfortable with than other teams, so kind of cool. The panel was bringing up the idea of being able to actually take a range carry into Mars and still be able to provide damage into the arena, which I think is pretty cool, using the barrage. Yeah, we'll see how successful it is. I find the hero, I mean, I'm sure most people do, where it's so hit or miss. Like some games you're just like, God, I feel like I wish I'd rather have any other carry. And then other games, it feels like he's an unstoppable force who just like...
Clinkz comes up. I feel like what you're describing could be also said about the Brood. So we'll see a few of these very hit or miss heroes on the VP side. And for Navi, you know, it's a lot more kind of stock standard comes to their lanes and heroes. And it feels like, you know, they saw that Brood and they made sure all 3 of their cores to some extent match up pretty well against the Brood. Storm, you know, historically has always been a pretty good hero because you can not just, you know, deal with the Spiderlings with your remnants, but you also have that ability to chase a Brood over pathing and kill a Brood.
Yeah, I think their picks are very strong versus the Brood. Over me, the one concern I guess will probably be control for VirtusPro. They have Skoda there on the Disruptor, which, you know, can be very good, especially until the BKBs come out. And then on top of that, you end up with that later pick of GBK's Void Spear, which definitely covers what they were lacking. Is looks like enough damage on the Ambush, but it's not actually.
Not quite.
The debuff doesn't last long enough.
Played it perfect. Like he Shikuchi into a sentry and they got the last word plus curse and then hit the ranged axes to slow, but just enough stick charges to save his life. Weaver will have to, well, brings out Salve, so he'll be able to stay in this.
But we're back to the conundrum. So game 1 of our previous series today, we had the off lane Brood. Wasn't so great. Game 2, mid Brood still didn't win, but looked much stronger. Wonder, like, versus a troll, I feel like this should be a pretty good lane for now. Yeah, then look how much damage they're taking.
Yeah, I guess the one, maybe that's why they felt they could run the offline is the fact that Silencer, not the best hero against the Brood. And also just generally not like a super, I mean, it's a decent-ish laner, but it's again, it's another flavor pick. These teams sticking with like their heroes rather than what's just like, you know, the quote-unquote meta pick. Like, you could have picked the Bane, but he says, no, Silencer's, that's my hero. That's
What
my
is it
pick.
with Solo with this hero? Like, I don't know. He's always been up to it, up to play it. Like, obviously, it's more of a mid-game pick, I would say, for him, because I think he's always very good about having his buyback to ensure that even as the 5, if you kill him, he's going to get that buyback ulti off on you. But his laning presence is just like, you know, you want Solo on Bane, you're like, oh yeah, get it in my lane. But the Silencer, I feel like he just never wins his lane. Like, he's never in that winning position these days to actually abuse someone, because it's not 2013 or whatever where it's a solo offlaner all the time.
Thank you.
Yeah. And there's so many items to deal with Global Silence that have been added to the game since then, you know, like Lotus Orbs and Greaves and stuff. Not that we necessarily can but before it's go BKB, maybe they get a Lotus Orb and someone like Mars later on. There's stuff like Aeon Disc where maybe you get gone with a Global Silence, it procs and find a way to get your spells off anyways.
And then, like, people used to love support Silencer because you felt you could bully people, but that was before everyone had a courier.
Coda, he manages to dodge the Rooster, and it will be first blood. Oh, no, just kidding. Sorry, not first blood. That was the tower. No portrait. First kills of the laning stage.
Save it for next game. We'll have 2 first bloods. That's assuming Navi can pull it, obviously. I mean, currently they're down 2-1, so basically game over, but no one. All here in the mid lane onto GPK. And, yeah, overall, though, I think I'm down with Navi. I think they're going to do it. I think General's going to make his plays with the Mars, combined up with the Storming. No one. He's going to bounce back, really show GPK who's boss here. I'm a believer this time.
I'm feeling similar too. I feel like, yeah, the Brood's going to have a rough time like later on dealing with some of these heroes. Clinkz also can get pressured. The one question mark for me is going to be this GPK Void Spirit. You know, he is the playmaker, the guy who's going to have to turn this game around. Level 6 on Storm mid though. GPK is going to be a little bit careful. No one's running at him a little bit, but it now makes sense.
Yeah, especially with a Grim on your team, right? You maybe could have tried to get a synced up play there where you'll often see Grimstrokes go mid with the Spirit Heroes for when they hit 6, you instantly spell them and just get a kill. Maybe a missed opportunity here from Navi.
Radiant structures.
No one and GPK juking it out. Double Astro Step just for us, but GPK used them all. Does get the assimilate off and misses the remnant. Not sure they would have got the kill, but Yamich has rotated in. This Weaver will surely finish this one off, and no one knows it. Gets the kill. GPK gets the XP, and 6 minutes coming up means GPK would love to refill this bottle, and I don't see any Navi supports rotating, so it should be a free bottle refill.
Huge. This is such like a pivotal moment for them, just with how this game's going to have that exact situation occur where he just burns 2 Astral Steps on you, gets the kill with the rotation. No one's there to help you. You had opportunities hitting 6 first, but you don't have any support in the mid lane to go for this like potentially free kill. Like, sure, it's a Void Spirit, so it'll be tough, but you know, you play it right, odds are you're gonna get it with how low he was too.
It was pretty sick. Like, he wasn't even going for the kill with the double Astro Step. It was just trying to kill the creeps and harass. And then no one's like, he got completely baited by it. Like, he wasn't even that close to killing GPK. Well,
yeah, and now Aloha Dance is here, and they're going to smoke up. So they're going for a Vengeance kill top? Question mark?
Give Void Spirit a free mid lane to, like, keep free farming and hit, you know, level 8, level 9. This Storm is only level 6.
If Pure lives here, I give up. I no longer believe.
Yeah.
He needs to die for this to just
range up. No skeleton wolf. Surely he dies here. He does have death pack if he can find something to use it on, but he's...
I think that's why he came out there, right? He was actually walking out to go to the camp to try and death pack something. So maybe that was all part of their master plan.
That kill surely still can't feel amazing for Navi. Yeah, it's a carry, but they're just going to keep watching this GPK Void Spirit free farm away mid, and you know, it hurts the Clinkz, but it's not crippling to his game.
Yeah, I would agree. Fine here for VirtusPro.
Navi definitely, we saw last game, the team that want to play as the aggressors more often than not. That no one on the Storm Spirit is going to be the guy kind of leading the charge for a lot of this game until maybe Mars gets a blink deck.
Yeah, his game looking pretty good right now for General because he's getting some space. No one again being harassed here, but he should get 6 up here. Aloha Dance should be stacking.
In solo for this mid lane to secure the runes as well, but it's going to spawn bottom. Can GPK get here first? Deny is there. Solo will pay for this with his life. Or will he? Yeah. GPK even gets the kill. Nice. Pulse to finish that one off. Does deny the rune, so he's probably thinking it's, you know, kind of worth.
Under attack.
Here he's been wandering around so much, trying to give space. The lanes as well. Now being bullied by Yamich.
Go to top. V-Tune's made the rotation. He decided he can't lane in the safe lane anymore, so he's come top, and with the help of the Mars, they will bring down the Disruptor. Disruptor just trying to take advantage of, you know, the solo XP lane while Clinkz jungles to try to get his level 6. Navi recognizing this and make sure that he doesn't get that free XP.
That part of the play is good. They're going top and contesting. Oh, well, Inkswell gonna connect there. Maybe a second kill on Yamich. Oh, no.
Oh no, the Storm's died and Yamich even survived through it. The tips comes out. Zakota impressed by Yamich, and Yamich calling out no one there.
No one's the poorest core. Actually, almost exactly tied with General. But the main problem is that no one's got to be their answer, I would feel, to DM at this stage in the game, right? Like, you're out of the laning stage, it's broken down now here, so you're going to be looking for this Storm up until that Blink Dagger's ready on General to maybe try and find some way to slow down DM. DM is in total free farm mode. Just I don't see how anyone gets in here right now.
And if he gets this Orchid, suddenly the Storm skin can look even worse. Considering it's a bad and a slow start for no one, that is going to be a bit of a worry for him.
And that tower mid as well, right? Because he ditched mid so early. And look at DM just setting up the spiders around the mid tower. They're getting a kill up top here on the general by the looks of it.
They pull him back in with a glimpse to finish him off, and we'll see if Brood can finish off this tier on mid tower. The glyph's already been forced. Stroke of Fate will help deal with this, but then he just brings the spiders back in. That great Delta split, just scouting out when heroes are defending these towers, and tower will it get denied? No, DM gets the last hit as he syncs up all the attacks. So really good start. 4K gold at 10 minutes. That is dominated early game.
This is such a good Brood. Taking the bottom tier 1, the mid tier 1. Grimstroke is still level 4. Only hit a single point in the Stroke of Fate, so not really much versus the spiders. Like 2 swings just to get through them. I don't know, man. Navi got to find something because the Battle Fury Troll is not going to salvage this game. V2 just like keep doing your thing, but the other 4 heroes, they got to figure out what they're going to do to win this thing.
That is definitely concerning for Navi. I mean, even both their supports, they haven't really got a playmaker between them, so they're relying on these cores to make something happen between the Storm and the Mars.
This could be something. They're baiting
yep.
V2.
Oh, but the Disruptor gets on the stack Storm, so no. Yeah.
They cooked it.
They were. But with Static Storm, he's not getting off that enrage. He doesn't get a chance to bait. But GPK leashed up, but he's still very tinky here. Does have a Dissimulate, but the Global Silence prevents him from casting it. He may get a chance to get off, but Navi burst him down first. So the bait pays off, but you know, you lose your troll, not great, but they needed those kills and they get the tower.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, they knew they were coming. They scanned. They were aware that they were going to get jumped on the troll. They just thought they'd be able to get the ulti off, as you said. A little bit too quick there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll take it. Desperation mode here for Navi. I really think they need absolutely everything because I'm just going to keep pressuring bottom, and I still don't see down here.
Yeah, he splits those spiders and making sure no one's TPing into the trees.
Radiant's
and
bottom tower
that is so
under attack.
Yeah, when you see them all like go out in this pattern where they're just all like slightly different degrees to scout anybody around, big circle formation.
Stupendous!
Well, maybe they need to get
Radiant's
more gold.
bottom
That's a
tower
solution.
is under attack.
That was the old solution to Brood.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess she's not super broken, so it's fine.
No.
But, you know, if this ends up becoming an issue.
Definitely, it's a weird hero because it either feels like really good or really bad on any given game. Like the good Brood games, you're like, man, how is this okay? Like this. And then you have the bad Brood games where you're like,
Zero's trash.
bad, yeah. It's weird. It never feels. It feels very rare to get those in between games where it's like, okay, you know, this Brood does well, but doesn't just take over the game.
That's what happens when you're a hero that doesn't play with your team that much as V2. And well, he needs to come back him up here. Dive into the tower.
Pull from GPK just back the hell off as the low hand ends TP's in.
Dire's middle
Potential
tower is under attack.
Soulbind and control that the Grimstroke brings to the table. The Yule Scepter GPK is just a much harder hero to deal with. You can use that offensively to set up remnants, or even defensively to kind of keep yourself alive against them.
Speaking of silences, that's gonna be done on DM fairly soon, and then you'll have the Aghanims on GPK. So no matter what he buys defensively, Sanj, Kaya, or Yules, it's just gonna be layers of problems. The spiders come through to help deward that pillar. So frustrating when Ascension's left around like.
And something Navi just not going to have to really play around top lane. They've got that Yule set up and Silencer. We left to pop here. GPK was already getting off knowing that a counterplay from Navi was probably coming, and Solo does pull him back in with the Vortex, setting up V-Tune here, but GPK could dissimulate, so still has some layers of protection for himself and his Weaver. Yamage, knowing that no one's a bit low on mana, gets that first hit root almost. Remnant not there, and Troll going to be fought back too. Time lapse. Yeah. And with that Orchid, takes out a Mars with the Spiderlings, and Zakota glimpse away. Make sure they get the kill.
Hits him with the
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh boy.
Radiant structures are fortified.
One top though. GPK's showing up, has the, sorry, not GPK, Solo's showing up, has the global silence. GPK's on the run.
Radiant's bottom
Gets
tower
rid of
is under
that
attack.
first silence. There's a few more maybe coming his way if he's not careful. Global silence is there. Is it gonna be enough. Yes, VTune gets the kill. Has the money for his Battle Fury now.
Very much worth. I think popping that anytime for a core kill at this point is something they're going to have to do on the side of Navi if they want to try to get back to this game. Ideally, I find DM too. You got to get some control back over this area just by pushing him out for a little while. At least General to the point where he feels confident enough to play down here. But of course, he's also like their main map, like move maker right now. So very expensive for Storm to initiate first.
Unfortunately, the issue with this Brood is he's got backup. The way they're playing with this Disruptor is Zakota's just camped down bottom, controlling the vision. So this Brood isn't really in any danger of getting ganked because Disruptor's there to keep the wards up. Spiderlings also kind of protect him and just make sure that Navi doesn't get a chance to go for some kind of smoke onto the Brood because he'll pop.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they're doing this down here now. See if they can find this pick with Inkswell, Storm Zip.
Dire are scanning.
There's still no blink though.
No, I don't know if this... He did use a scan. I don't know if it connected because he seems to know exactly what's coming his way. Very...
Oh, this is so much...
from DM.
It's so much effort and resources from Navi to try and grab this.
And there's a sentry there for this cliff ward too. So he can send those
Radiant
spiders to go deward this.
And that's actually brutal.
Radiant's
Great
top
sentry
tower
placement
is under
there.
attack.
Dota.
Now, Navi, I mean, he could have gone for he could have taken out that sentry, but I think Solo just didn't want to put himself in that balancers.
What weather
They'll get tipped for it either way.
Struggling
Radiant's
to get
bottom
any
tower
wards on this
is under
map.
attack.
Navi just having his backs pressed against the...
This is a proper, like, just submission right now.
Radiant's top tower
VirtusPro
is
is
under
completely
attack.
choking out everything on this map. And doing it, like, it's not like they're getting an
Radiant's
overwhelming
bottom
number of
tower has
kills. It's just pure, like, we know where you want to go on the map, and we're just going to make it so ugly and unwelcoming for you that you're just going to keep
And Navi's only play is to like keep going for these kills, and that means they're not farming. If they don't get these kills, things are terrible for them. With the Static Storm, the Storm is walked right into this one. Does get the Global Silence to help bail him out, but log on him, no one. He's still alive, and they've killed off the Void Spirit, but Glimpse back means they've got the Storm. Very fast response from Dakota. Just dropped the Static Storm before Solo could even global, and they found the second kill. The Clinkz getting Aloha Dance, and it's VP who may lose their mid laner, but probably quite happy to get the Storm and the Grimstroke.
You're supposed to feel so safe area a Storm Spirit with the global like that. Be like classic combo, be like Silencer and Bat Rider, Silencer and Storm Spirit, because you would always go for the global
Radiant's
while they
middle
were zipping
tower
in, or
is
like
under
right
attack.
before the blink and stuff. Kind of showing why there. Delay it like that. The punish is very swift. Dakota, who also has that blink first build, which is pretty hype on Disruptor for catching those exact plays.
His play and positioning has been
Dire's
very
top
impressive.
tower
He's,
is
I mean,
under
half the
attack.
deaths, but he's also just set up some really key moves for VP.
Yeah, his stack storms have been perfect. And I mean, part of that is playing with the Brood, as you've said several times, like this vision idea and controlling the space and knowing where Navi is before Navi knows where they are. That's how you use the blink, right?
They've just let Kira on this Clinkz play solo and not even have to really come to any of these fights. Like, does show up in the mid lane, but
God, he was even in this game. I haven't even seen Clinkz cast a spell in ages.
could be any carry. but no, it's like you mentioned the power of the against the Mars, having something to go through the arena, something that Fear also highlighted. The Burning Barrage jump in mid, another Static Storm. They're just too fast on this. And this time around, I don't think no one's even going to get a chance to escape. Does get the zip out. He's ticking though. The earth damage is too much. He ticks the last one. He's flying back. They're all in. DM will die on the Brood. Storm needs more. No one going full balls to the wall wants to take this fight. Fear just turning and throwing out the Burning Barrage. No one cannot afford to die here. He has managed to get one more kill for his team with the GPK kill. Uh-oh. It's VTune, not no one at least. That would have been a dieback on the Storm. He's just going to hightail it out of there, but he's watching his teammates die, so full team wipe for VirtusPro as they also get the buyback out on no one.
If they get no one there, I think it's GG. I think they just leave.
May,
like,
yeah.
honest, all of the ward. They actually know he's up here. They want this kill so bad.
Oh,
a little notorious, you know, Mr. No One. I think everyone kind of knows how he'd react to that sort of play.
Yeah, and for VP, they're probably feeling like this game is very comfortable for them, so they maybe don't mind making like a, you know, like we could efficiently farm push out these lanes, but they want to hunt them. They know. There's some fun in that.
Yeah, they're scanning up here a little bit. They have a Yules as well on Yamish to maybe start things off, but maybe we'll follow up here. Well, I mean, I guess GBK's coming.
No TP. Got no TP if they get him with the box.
Oh, he got him with the box.
Okay. Fuel Scepter as well. Yamich is going to buy some time for the silences to come in. And no, where's the tip? Surely there's a tip.
Sometimes
No.
the no tip is almost sweeter.
Okay.
They might be out of tips, maybe. That could be an issue as well.
VirtusPro dominating Navi so far in game number 2.
So weird to see it. VirtusPro dominating Navi.no one. Strange one.
Era of Eastern European Dota. Players shuffling around different teams. Oh, what a blink static storm. Zakoda.
Get him out of here, man.
Absolute
Just let it go.
Catches all 3 in that static storm, and then they get the full. I feel like if they had tips, they'd be tipping Zakoda right there, so they must be out.
Yeah.
Because that was so sick.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Even to Eastern Europe, they always have the best disruptor plays. I don't know what it is with this region, but it's like it's undeniable. Like, it's always been their best hero. They've always been the people who bring out the disruptor. And then you have something like that happen. Unreal.
Dies to an Ixal and a creep there, and a lot of that will end up going down, but that was a funny death for Yamich. Take the future many tower shots.
Radiant's
Get a
top
little
tower
bold.
is under attack.
Yep.
Navi, though, they're not ready to let this one go, despite there being out. Done for GPK, looking for the second game in a row to really start popping off on. You know, he's been kind of slouching a bit against the rest of the team. You know, he got as many deaths as Coda has taken place, made 6 plays. So I don't know if GPK spent it all in game 1, but I'm expecting a little more here, there, bud.
5 position. Looking flashier than him.
Are scanning.
See every day.
It's gonna get you in trouble as a disruptor player. You gotta watch it. Gotta, you know, care for the egos of your core players here. Don't look too good.
Working on an Ags already. He is fantastic time.
Never see this coming.
And Navi, the Roshan's going to be going on the other side. Yeah, about to say, it feels like they just have to keep smoking right at VP. And VP know this. They often seem ready for Navi anytime a fight's breaking out, but I don't think Navi really have much other choice.
VG. VG.
D-Ward clear.
It's crazy there's just still no beat. He can do it again. Right now, how many heroes can he get in at this time?
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're so clumped. He wants it.
Oh, he got 3 in the second storm, but only 1 in the kinetic field. He's actually not going to quite get the play he was hoping for, but in comes DM on the Brood. Has an Orc at BKB, looking to go on that backline. They've lost the Clinkz, though. Great jump from Navi with the arena from General. But can Navi cut their losses here? Because VP now, Navi have used absolutely everything. They'll take out V-Tune in General. With a bug on him, he can't blink away. There's 3 bugs on him. The little Beetle, the Weaver, as well as the Brood, and a bunch of little Spiderlings.
Cure finally showed up to a fight, and that's what he gets for it. The team is
like,
just
yeah.
like, just please, go back to the jungle. We got this game, man. It's okay.
Clinkz, by the way, with the Philosopher's Stone.
Alright, that's it. He's dead. He probably swapped it and he was dead. Good gamer. What everyone should be doing.
Why is the Disruptor got it?
He gets bounty runes, you know, he rolls high. It's more efficient.
Top tower is under attack.
I guess they feel like this game's going to end so fast that it's like this Philosopher's Stone isn't going to pay for itself. Like 5 minutes Philosopher's Stone is just not much
Under
more.
attack.
And it does feel like this game is going to be ending shortly as VP diving in, just styling over Navi, getting kill
Radiant's
up.
top tower is under attack.
Trying to keep the top of the old table here. Yep, competitive. If VirtusPro closes this out, they'll be 4-2.
A golden
Playing
thread.
the same as Hellraisers now after our match this morning.
Yeah,
pretty
But the
exciting
way
stuff.
for them to finish third in that, like, let's say Hellraisers do win in their last series, I think it's against maybe one of the weaker opponents. They have to play Spirit. VP Spirit is the last series, so a win for VP would put them in guaranteed top 3 tiebreakers, potentially even third place, but Spirit.
I mean, Empire took games off PuckChamp and Navi, so
Yep.
maybe Empire can upset Hellraisers.
Okay, that's who Hellraisers.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, here we go. Yamich is showing up to another. Spirit's showing up to another fight. He's getting going on this time around, though. The Clinkz for the BKB is not a target that no one can really mess with. And GG is full. Navi gets stomped in game number 2. It was a stomp, but it was a fun stomp. I gotta say, VP really making some fun plays.
That's just clean Dota. Like, I mean, some of it was maybe a little egregious and a little, clown around in some ways, but like overall, the way they got that huge lead was so